Mielkaチャンネル
政治を見えるか。どうもMielkaのコエビです。今日はMielkaの19期の新メンバーで国公立大学の学費無償化の是非について英語でディベートしていきたいと思います。はい、それではここからは英語で失礼します。The motion for this round is that national and public college education should be completely free. Now I welcome the Prime Minister to deliver a speech. Ino-san, please, here.
Today's topic is that the Japanese government should make national and public university education free. First, I define that all students can commute to national and public universities for free, regardless of their parents' income. Also, that the Japanese government sets a new law to raise taxes for this policy. I have 2 points. The first point is economic benefit to households. The second point is improvement of academic performance. I'll explain the first point. We can fix the education gap between poor students and rich students within households by introducing this policy. Now, some students give up to going to universities because of high tuition fees. And they also suffer from debt if they borrow money to go to universities. However, if we introduce this policy, they can get learning opportunities for higher education, and it can also eliminate the future burden. Therefore, I believe that the Japanese government should make education free for national and public universities.
Point of information.
No, thank you.
Hi, I'm Ishii. I believe that tuition at national and public universities should not be free. Let me rebut what the government side said. She said this plan will support families financially. However, now scholarships for low-income students are available. Therefore, it cannot be said that free tuition is an economic incentive to families. Next, let me explain my point. I have 2 points. The first point is few beneficiaries. The second point is the disadvantage caused by the tax increase. I will explain the first point, few beneficiaries. I believe that the people who use the service should pay for it. Only 16.5% are enrolled in national universities.
Point.
No, thank you. And 5.4% in public universities. Above all, think about the proportion of university students in the population. Why society overall should help students to go to college? I cannot understand the reason. Therefore, we believe that tuition at national and public universities should not be free. Thank you.
First, let me reconstruct my first argument. The opposition side responded that scholarship would allow low-income students to go to college. However, this is not necessarily true since Japan's scholarship system has stringent income restrictions, and very few students are able to receive full scholarships for college expenses. According to the Japan Student Service Organization, the household income for those who are eligible for full scholarships must be within approximately 3 million yen. This upper limit is quite low. Loan-type scholarships are only a temporary solution as they will leave students with debt and uncertainty about their future. Next, let me explain our second argument. It is that free college admission will benefit the Japanese society in the long run. Free college admission would open the door for those who have given up on higher education for financial reasons to have an equal chance to go into college. The more talented people who go to college, the more higher qualified they will become, which will benefit the Japanese society in the long run. Lastly, let me refute what the opposition side stated. He said that few people will directly benefit from this proposal, but this is not true. As I mentioned earlier, an increase in the number of talented people will lead to higher competitiveness in Japanese society as a whole. Until now, there was a high demand for people engaged in simple labor. However, in today's age of rapid technological innovation, robots and AI will replace simple tasks, and more jobs will require creativity or high thinking ability. Therefore, the education of young people cannot be viewed as an individual issue, but should be borne by society as a whole as an investment in the future. Thank you.
I strictly believe that the tax should not be increased. Let me rebut the government's first point. She said even if they borrowed a scholarship, it would become a debt after they graduated, and the conditions might be strict. However, these conditions are cleared by our personal efforts. If you score a great grade, you may not have to pay back the money. As for government's second point, they said national and public universities will become more competitive and have more talented people. However, please look at the student status quo. Basically, university students won't study. Even if you took this motion, university students will not study extra. Therefore, instead the quality of students declines. Next, let me reconstruct the opposition's first point. She said many university graduates are excellent people, which is a plus for society as whole. However, what you learn at university does not necessarily apply to your work. Therefore, just because you graduated doesn't mean you are good. Then, let me explain our second point. The disadvantage of tax increase. A tax increase would have a huge impact. We believe that personal consumption will drop due to the tax increase and the economy will not turn around. It makes our country worse and worse. Therefore, we are against the tax increase. Thank you.
I believe that Japan should make national and public college education completely free. First, let me rebut the opposition's second point. He said a tax increase make Japanese economy worse and worse because people lose appetite of consumption. However, I believe that even if taxes were raised to pay for free tuition, economic activity would not stagnate. Let's change the way we think. First, tax revenues collected through the progressive taxation system are used to pay for college tuition. Then, households raising children can afford to spend the money. Finally, they spend the same amount of money on other economic activities as they used to do for the tuition. That's why the economy is not stagnant, because money is circulating. So we should take this motion. Thank you. ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。
いいディベートでした。
お疲れ様です。バイバイ。
ディベートお疲れ様でした。はい、ということで、僕の方からは今回の総括の方をさせてもらいたいと思います。まず今回ディベートでは国公立大学の学費の無償化っていうのの是非について問われたわけですけれども、2022年の4月に高等教育の就学支援新制度っていうのが始まっていて、住民税非課税世帯とかその低所得の世帯に対しては授業料を減免したりであるとか、給付型の奨学金を渡したりとかっていうものが行われていますと。で、前回参院選でですね、争点となったのが、これを広げていくべきなのか、あるいは現行制度を維持する、ないしは、縮小していくべきなのかっていうところが一つの争点になりました。はい、ということで、今回のディベートなんですけれども、肯定側からは現行の奨学金制度の不完全さを指摘する話がありました。それに対して否定側というのが、本当に不完全なのっていう話をしていました。で、2つ目にですね、学力向上、みんなの学力が上がることで社会全体にも還元されるよねっていうような話があったんですけども、それに対しては無償化で入るような大学生っていうのは本当にちゃんと勉強してそれで社会に役立てられるのかなっていう話が出ていました。否定側からはですね、受益者の少なさということで、本当に利益を直接受ける人っていうのが少ないよねっていう、それって不平等じゃないかっていう話が出ていました。対して肯定側っていうのは、それってそうじゃなくて社会全体に還元されるんだよっていう話が出ていました。で、2点目としては増税によって経済が停滞しちゃうんじゃないかっていう話が 出てたんですけれども、それに対して所得って循環してですね、お金持ちから子育て世帯に行くことによって個人消費が喚起されるんじゃないかっていう話が肯定側からはありました。はい、ということで、今回の争点を整理するとこのような感じになると思います。本来だったら僕はここでどっちチームが勝利か決めるべきなんでしょうけれども、それは視聴者の皆さんに委ねたいと思います。それでは今回の動画は以上です。ありがとうございました。
本日もご視聴ありがとうございました。おすすめの動画はこちら。新しい動画はこちらです。次の動画もぜひ見てね。バイバイ。